All right, man. Welcome back to Let's Talk with Gales and Dean. I'm your host, Gales, as usual. And to my left is
Man, you know what it is, man. It's your boy, the insane Mr. Dean. I've been out for a while, but I had some difficult times going on, but we all here. My daughter's doing good, and we're back ready to do the show, bro. How you been?
I'm well. And for those of you who may not understand what's happening here, Dean had a medical emergency with his daughter. We've been off for a couple of weeks. Uh, Look, I've had some headspace issues, so there was much needed time off. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. But his daughter's home and recovering, and he may have to dip in and out because she's actually in a room with you, right? Knocked out somewhere.
She just woke up, but she's still in the room with me. She over to the left on the recliner, so she up. You know, she have to have help going to the bathroom because she can't bear no weight on her leg. Actually, and the second incident happened because the stress from the surgery on her leg caused infection in her body and stress on her body to cause her having severe seizures that almost took her life. But through, through the grace of God, she's still here. She's back almost to herself and can't ask for much more.
Amen to that, brother. And I'm glad. And look, can she hear me?
Nah, she can't hear you right
Well,
now.
you tell her to that gum get better because next time I see her, I'm hitting her with that daggum right cross.
She gonna knock
People
you
who
out
may
with her
not
right
know.
across.
Let me tell you something. Playing around with her like, oh, come on, little niece, what you got? She showing me what she learned in boxing. And when I tell you she hit me with a cross, man, that I'm still to this day mad about, to say the
Yeah,
least.
man.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I keep threatening. I was like, when I see you, and the next time I saw her was at, our sister Tanya's wedding, right?
hmm
Shout out to her and the hubby. But I couldn't do it at the wedding, man. I didn't want to be disrespectful, fighting some preteen or teenager at her wedding. So I let it slide. But next time I see her, you just let her know on site.
Oh,
I
she'll
don't
be
care
ready.
what's wrong. Yeah.
She'll
What
be
you got
ready.
going on? What you got going on, man? You've been out for a while.
Man, nothing much. In the hospital. Basically, that was my home there for about 2 weeks, man. You know, in the hospital, and you that ain't a place that you want to be. You don't never get no good sleep, no good eats.
Mhm.
Seeing your child laid up, the breathing tube, ventilator on, they just do something to your mind. But I stayed positive through everybody prayers and everything. She made it through, so that's all we can ask for.
Right.
I try to stay positive, try to stay strong because I didn't want her feeling my pain while she was in that bed, even though she wasn't woke and couldn't see me, but people still feel that energy off of me. So I try to stay positive. Uh, Two of my aunties, two or three of them, they was gonna come on all the way out here, just to be with me. So that's also helped. My sister called every day, check, and everybody, all the texts, all the prayers and stuff you see on Facebook, man. I really, really appreciate that because that was that put my mind at ease too, man. Because y'all guys, without y'all guys' prayer and our prayer, she wouldn't have made it through this. So I appreciate everybody who checked in, who sent prayer requests, who called, who text. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart.
Right. And look, man, speaking of prayers and eating, man, I don't even know why I laugh. Like I told y'all the audience before at this weird nervous laughter thing. But definitely on a serious note, prayers out to the family, the victims of that DUI. Like
Mm-hmm.
that is such a wild story. Brief synopsis: you have a NFL player who was driving the car, got up. I mean, he was intoxicated, swerving all over the place. Apparently, he got up to about 150. I think they clocked him at 156 miles per hour on the Vegas trip out there,
Mm-hmm.
and struck a vehicle. Struck the vehicle. The vehicle started, caught on fire and everything. But the dog, I believe, and the person ends up dying inside.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of his name, Ruggs or something.
Yeah, Henry Ruggs, wide
Henry
receiver for
Ruggs.
Raiders, with a highly talent recruited receiver, one of Alabama's top receivers a couple of years ago. So yeah, man, it's crazy that happened. But I just read an article right before right before we went on. It was a lady late last year, maybe year before. She killed a whole family, and this woman had a history of DUIs. She has not even been charged yet, and Henry Ruggs is already facing 20 years. And I'm not saying what he did was right. Losing a loved one, you can never replace.
Hold on, Dean.
He killed the whole family.
Technical issues going on. If you can hear me, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, yeah. You kind of cut out. Say that again.
The woman, she had a history of DUI, like 3 or 4 or 5 of them. And then her last one, she killed the whole family, and she hasn't even been charged yet. And they already saying Henry Ruggs is facing 20 years, and the other charges came on which would tack on another 20 years. It'll be 40 years. Right. So the outlook of that, different states, but we know what it is, man. we ain't got to go into the details of why. Right. If you look at the article, you see the picture of Henry Ruggs, you see the picture of her, then it's self-explanatory why she ain't been charged yet.
Well, self-explanatory, because let me ask you, what does she do? Is she a popular musician?
Nope.
Right? Are they in the same state?
Nope.
Right. So I want to be very careful with just kind of wither things down to it comes down to blank, right? Whether it be gender, race, whatever. It's kind of why I titled this thing either and or, right? Mm-hmm. It doesn't necessarily have to be either and or. I think in both of those situations, neither one of those family, those people will be brought back to life. It's tragic. It's tragic first. And as far as trying to litigate what needs to happen to the people who are responsible for that, in this country, it should be up to a judge. Now, I will say with the Raiders being on such a hot seat and being in a that guy being in a visible position of young NFL player and on the Vegas Strip, right? All those things, I think, has just as much to do with the swift response, than skin color, right? I don't know the details of this woman. I don't know the details of that woman. So that's something, if you want to talk about that sort of thing,
I have to send it to you.
Drop the link in there.
Yeah.
And speaking of dropping links, I always say it before I do it, Dean. I promise I'm gonna get better at that delivery. But if you guys have any thoughts, opinions, whatever, if you want to call in audio only, you can do so. Click that link. If you want to be on, video and audio, get on here and tell me how wrong I am or how crazy Dean is. Just click the link and come on and talk with us. We'd love to have you. And that's for our Twitch followers, our YouTube, Twitter, or Facebook followers. Just click the link you see there and follow the prompts. It works best with Google Chrome.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is why we have like pre-show discussions, Dean. Like all that, you do this every time. You always trying to sneak.
I know, man. I snuck one in on it because I ain't even say nothing about that.
I know he's like, man, but if you see this article, it's like, what article?
Hey, man, I do it all the time.
I don't know what the frapping say when you do that. I'm just sitting here like, oh, okay.
That's why I'm unpredictable, man. Right. That the song Jamie Foxx said, unpredictable. No, don't sing. You might scare off our viewers. All right.
You're right. So yeah, man. So here's what I do begrudgingly like doing. It's time for that Conspiracy Dean. Now, for anybody who may just be joining the show, like we try to put together a family-friendly show that you can sit and watch with, whomever. Dean can't stop cursing worth a quarter, so we have a fine system set up for him. Anytime he curses, I say pay the man, and he has to pay the man. Also, he keeps wanting to dive into these deep, muddy, dark waters of conspiracy theories, and I've been trying to keep him at arm's length, but he's very adamant about it. So we created a little segment called Conspiracy Dean. So, matter of fact, I'm gonna just be quiet to the side here. What you got for us this week, Mr. Dean?
Man, I ain't really be surprised, man. With so much going on, man, with my daughter. I ain't been able to dive into my conspiracy things yet.
Okay, good. So that was all for this week's conspiracy, Dean.
I ain't got none this week, but trust me, I will. And it's only because I've been in and out the hospital, so my mind, ain't always been there on the conspiracy stuff. But you wait, next week I have some conspiracy for you. I'll have something for you.
Mm-hmm.
I actually do, but we're not gonna go with it.
So yeah, so I'm actually, matter of fact, while I'm telling you that we need to be able to reference ourselves and all that sort of thing. So cut. All right, I'm gonna. So that story, if you want to follow that story at all, there's the link right there. I wish I had a more condensed version, but there's a link linking you to the story of Henry Ruggs. Henry Ruggs, right? And he a rookie?
Yeah. No,
Yes.
he's not a rookie. Second or third year player.
Yeah. So a young prospect, right? Super fast, from what I've heard. But yeah, there's the article there. You can check that out. Read about him, NFL player who charged with a DUI, exceeding the speed limit up to I think 156 miles per hour on the Vegas Strip, striking the back of a vehicle, killing a person and dog inside. So y'all can look at that. And when Dean comes up with that daggum article, that kind of shows there's a lady out there who struck the back of like a van or something.
Yep. Let me find it.
A history of DUI, struck the back of a van, and she's yet to be charged while he is, I guess allegedly, while he is up for 20 years, right? So there's that. Now the other thing, I thought you were gonna kind of highlight this. This is something we talked about, Dean, right? The Aaron Rodgers. What do you call it? I don't even know if I can call it a scandal. I'm so tired of all this vaccine talk, but here we are. Let's talk about it. Did you get a chance to look at that?
I got a chance to look at a little bit of it, but so is the NFL are they gonna punish Aaron Rodgers for this? Because
not right away.
I mean, because Kyrie, it's about the same as Kyrie. Kyrie is taking so much flack for not wanting to take the vaccine for his very own reasons. Okay, Aaron Rodgers supposedly said he had it. Now it's coming out that he wasn't vaccinated, and now you have just contracted COVID-19. Why is Aaron Rodgers not getting the same bash that Kyrie is not getting? Aaron Rodgers is going to be allowed to play, possibly. I don't know if this weekend or next.
No.
And Kyrie have not even been able to step on the court yet.
Well, so as per NFL guidelines, right, he will miss the game against the Chiefs on Sunday. I think it's Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, he'll miss that one.
So he'll miss the game. The talk is because for the NFL, who, they're upwards of 96% or so vaccinated. But if you decide not to get vaccinated, just like the NBA, this should be noted, exactly like the NBA, you are not required to be vaccinated in the NBA nor the NFL. But if you do decide not to get vaccinated, there are some protocols, some additional safeguards that you have to do. I.e. wearing the mask around the office building and on the sideline and all those sort of things. But he has been seen for the past few weeks without a mask on the sideline, walking through the facility without a mask, because when he was asked by a reporter if he'd been vaccinated, his exact quote, and I'm quoting here, was, "Yeah, I've been immunized."
Mm-hmm.
So kind of answering, the scandal is him kind of answering in the affirmative, yeah, first, and then following up with, "I've been immunized," right? Now, and that's the fault of the reporters, because they absolutely should have followed up with, well, when you asked about immunization, we asked if you've had the COVID-19 vaccination, i.e. Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, or whatever the other one is, right? Sorry, Pfizer, right? So that's the controversy, is that he kind of played it like, he knew what he was doing, obviously, right? Mm-hmm. Because of what he feels. And now he's reportedly calling people, the woke mob and all this sort of thing. And kind of in defense of himself, he is quoting Joe Rogan and Martin Luther King. So I think what you're talking about is, how come people aren't talking about Aaron Rodgers the way they talked about Kyrie?
Yes.
I think Kyrie's a little different. He's kind of going, added with the idea that, I don't need the vaccination to fight this virus, which is fine. But then he's also photographed at Native American. He's on a reservation, right? Because I believe he's got a percentage of Native American in him, and he belongs to a tribe, or a tribe accepted him or something like that. I have to find that. But what he's basically done is saying that I'm not taking the vaccine because of XYZ. I won't get into his politics. And then he's photographed at this event on their land without a mask on. And so I think the problem with Kyrie, on top of just being black in America, right, is that he decided not to take the vaccination, but also not guarding or protecting the people around him by wearing a mask, or at least requiring that they wear one. So this Aaron Rodgers thing, we don't know what Green Bay is going to do. We don't know what the NFL may levy some fines on him because he has broken some NFL protocols. Right.
Now, that's the same. Carson Wentz for the Indianapolis Colts, he's not vaccinated. And he came out and firmly said he wasn't vaccinated. But the difference is Carson Wentz in the facility has his mask on. Carson Wentz at the podium after post game, he has his mask on. When Carson Wentz go to the sideline in between plays, when all defense on the field, Carson Wentz puts his mask on. When he goes shake hands with the other team, he puts his mask on. Okay, Aaron Rodgers, and I like Aaron Rodgers, I do.
Me too, man. That's what's so.
This is the point where Aaron Rodgers think he is above. And this has been said about Aaron Rodgers a lot. And I never did want to feed into that because I like Aaron Rodgers. I really do. The dude is a magician with that football in his hand.
Yes.
But I see what people talk about. Aaron Rodgers really believe like he above the NFL. Like, I ain't got to do this. Like I'm not me personally, I'm not vaccinated. But if I go in a place and they say you need a mask to enter the place, I go get the mask out of my car and I put it on out of respect because I'm not vaccinated. Okay, because I'm not bigger than a company. But Aaron Rodgers says, shit, I'm bigger than everybody. I don't care. I'm going to the facility. I'm not putting no damn mask on. I'm going to the podium. I'm not putting no mask on. I'm immunized or whatever the hell you said.
Yeah. So there is a thing out there where if someone, I think there's some studies showing, and I'm sorry to not be prepared with that. As I'm saying that, let me actually put that Aaron Rodgers article right there for you. Boom. Can you hear my sons up there after the food?
I can't hear.
All right, so there's the article right there. You can read it and decipher that for yourself. Now, this is a Fox article. It is interesting how if you look at CNN or New York Times, the language is slightly different, right? The main thing they put in the title of the article was, woke council culture. This sort of language, right? But I think what I would say to Aaron Rodgers is, I get what you're saying, right? You don't like that the government is forcing people to take it. I get it. Protest it like Kyrie. Kyrie is possibly giving up millions of dollars for what he believes in. You just slyly lying in the presser, and then breaking every rule you can. Like, what are you doing? Because whether you believe in the vaccine or not, you do know that this virus is a very real thing. Yep. Right? No matter where it came from, no matter how people think the best way it is to handle it, it's a real thing. Why are you not following these protocols? How is that helping your teammates? And like we discussed before, your best ability in all of sports is your availability. And because you broke these protocols, right, now you're missing a game against the Chiefs that you may have just easily beat them. Now it may be a closer game or a result to the Chiefs winning. Like, I know for gambling, it went from like maybe 2+ or something like that to 8 or something. Like it's nuts. Like, what about all those poor gamblers that you're frapping up the lines for? Like, it reeks of selfishness. And dare I say, a little bit of privilege.
A lot of bit of privilege. Ain't no damn little bit of privilege. That's a lot of damn privilege. Because I tell you what, okay. All right. Now that's Aaron Rodgers. Okay, so take. I'm gonna say, for instance, take somebody like Tyrod Taylor. Put him in this situation, and his ass will get reamed. they be on him like it wasn't tomorrow. So you say a little privilege. No, it's a lot of privilege. You put if this shit was it Tom Brady,
Pay the man, the frap Dean.
it'd be the same thing.
Frap am I gonna do
It
for
wouldn't
you,
be
man?
that big ass roar because I'm
Pay the
talking
man. What the
privilege.
frap, bro?
No, this is real shit. Okay.
Pay the man. You can say what you need to say without that.
All
Come
right.
on,
Well,
man.
anyway, I mean, if it's Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, they're gonna talk about it, but it's slowly swept on their rug. Tyrod Taylor, if it happened to him, and I'm just throwing that name out there, or Lamar Jackson, oh, it's headlined every day, boom, 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 and they're gonna try to ream them to the dirt. It's a lot of privilege.
So now we're going back to the ideal of either and or, as it's titled here today, right? Title of our episode, either and or. It doesn't necessarily have to be one thing, right? And look, you can find examples of people dragging Aaron Rodgers online right now. All kinds of stupid, dumb, reckless, whatever, right? But I think what you're more talking about is
It's the media.
The media coverage.
The media.
You won't hear the media covering
talking
people calling him dumb, irresponsible, whatever.
Right.
But you have heard that through Kyrie. And I think that's something that you have to pay attention to because it does not need to be like this. We can whip this virus if we all decided vaccine and or COVID protocols, which is you wear a mask, you stay away from people, you know, like quarantine. If you want to visit, after you visit, quarantine again. We had to do that when I went to Tennessee by myself, when I took my family down to Dallas to see my grandfather before his passing. Like, these are some responsible things we did, not only for ourselves, but for others as well. My wife works in the banking industry. She sees people in and out every day on a day-to-day basis, right? You know, I work in the care department, right? I have 2 clients who are very elderly. So I have to, like, the ideal of just whatever your politics are, whatever you believe, like, using a little common sense and maybe not ream whatever other people's opinions, right? And at the very least, take some precautions. And those people who are getting fired out of all these government jobs, that's a different story. That hurts me to see. You know, this idea that Seattle, they're about to let go a bunch of police officers because they're refusing to get vaccinated. And you have Florida's like, yep, come on down. We'll hire each and every one of y'all. Matter of fact, we'll pay you to move even more.
I ain't heard that one.
Oh, man. This idea that, you know, I just wish we can get politics out of, like, politics definitely have their place. Instead that politics are war without blood and war is politics with blood, right? I don't know who to attribute that quote to, but the idea of politics is sitting down and having a conversation towards a common goal, some common ground, right, in a civil manner. That's the exact opposite of what we're doing. Now, I've got some ideas of why that's happening, right? I mean, the idea that you got this huge split because it makes money. But also it makes money because that's what people want to see. So it's like, you know, we said before, chicken or the egg, right? Yep. I remember how news used to be. It wasn't a bunch of advertisement. You know, I can look at all these vaccine deniers and conspiracy theorists and, like, I see where they're coming from, but I don't agree with it. But on the other hand, I can also look at CNN and all these people, including Fox, being sponsored by Pfizer.
Are you smiling, Bella?
What do you think they're gonna talk about and push? You think they're gonna show in some small cases, you know, or not, what the different people's reactions to the vaccine, right? And I think that's an absolute mistake on their part. They should be just stating factually good, bad, and ugly about every aspect of this virus, the vaccination,
I bet it's something crazy.
even the CDC going back and forth on how to handle this. We just got to get to a point where we can get back to trying to trust each other a little bit and treat each other civilly, and that's what we're missing.
You're right. Yeah, that's what we're missing, and we still a ways away from that too. You know, we still a ways away from
the heck?
it. Ain't gonna happen overnight. Hopefully we get there, but who knows? Because everybody got their own views and their own beliefs on why you should or why you should not take it. You know, me and you went back and forth to this a million times. Why you trying to convince me to take it?
A million.
You know, why you could and you have not convinced me yet. I mean, my mother, my sister, my aunts have, you know, most of my family got it. That still ain't convinced me because I got my own reason why I don't want to. And I respect it.
For me anymore, it's about convincing you because, you know, you've very clearly made up your mind.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm just curious at this point as to how you got to that point. And some of your reasons why are just very interesting to me. You know, some stuff we don't even talk about on there.
Nah, we don't talk about it.
But yeah, like I get it, but there's never once been a time where I've called you stupid or dumb, or you called me a sheep. You just say, you know, follow whatever they tell you to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because that's my favorite thing when people, you know, who aren't vaccinated talk to me about why I got vaccinated, and I tell them why, and it's like, you know, oh, you just listen to whatever they tell you to. Like, well, aren't you too? Like, unless you are someone who are educated in how to draw out blood and study this virus on your own in your basement somewhere, right? Mm-hmm. We're all listening to people, and we're making a conscious decision on who we decide to listen to. And that I can't really I can't blame anybody for that. Mm-hmm. But the way we do it is something I want to change. I know we like to move, man. Why are we getting a little? No, go ahead. Sorry.
It's like I said a couple of episodes ago. I don't give a damn if you got the vaccine.
Pay the man.
I don't give a damn if you don't have the vaccine. It's your body. You do whatever the hell you want to with it. And we got to respect that and keep it going because that's your decision. There's nobody else's decision. Nobody putting a gun to your head, tell you to or to not get it. It's your damn body. You do what the hell you want to with it. I'm not going to dislike you if you got it. I'm not going to dislike you if you don't got it. I'm going to respect you either way and still like you if we on that level, you know, we friends or whatever. I'm not going to defriend you because you went and got the vaccine because you're for it and I'm against it. No. I respect your decision that you made, so I think everybody else should respect everybody's decision, whether they do or whether they don't have it. It's your body. Do what the hell you want to with it.
Absolutely.
Next subject.
La 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 la. Oh. Hey,
we back. We back. I forgot. It always get me when I'm doing my my little mariachi horns in there. I like the mariachi horns in there.
Yeah, I like that stuff too, man. So, trending topics, aka tropics. Dean, what you got this week?
Man, my tropics. You actually took two of them at the beginning of the show, but you know me, I stay with some tropics. My trending topics right now is what about this Phoenix Sun investigation of the owner making the racist comments and I guess the anti-gay comments and everything else that's going on. Then all these people coming out 5 years later and now just saying something. It's crazy, man. That thing coming out on John Gruden has opened up a stairway to hell, and it's a lot of organizations. It's a lot more coming. It's a lot more coming because you had John Gruden thing was the first one. Then they come out with the Blackhawks thing, the player with the Blackhawks, the hockey player, and now this. It's more to come. It's more to come. And it's funny they swept this Washington football team. They swept this stuff under the rug. They swept that one under the rug. They didn't. It's more to that, but it's going to get brought back out. But this John Gruden thing has opened up a can of whoop ass, and I'm telling you, there's a lot of whoop ass coming from a lot of big owners, executives, GMs, presidents. It's coming. You hear me? It's coming. Stay tuned. Get your popcorn ready. I don't disagree.
I disagree, and here's why. First of all, there's the article kind of talking about the investigations, and you know, part of what came out of this investigation, as Dean fucking hits me with something else I ain't ready for. This is on purpose. I feel like this is bullying. This is slim.
This ain't on purpose, man. It's all over the damn TV. Everybody see it.
Yeah. So I don't know. Oh, sorry. That was for my daughter. She's behind the scenes, and I ain't trying to shut you up, Dean. Don't hurt me.
No, I know you know.
So that article, you can go and click and read the details yourself. But basically, they did an investigation, and it was reported by a couple of guys in an article about what the owner said. And I mean, and he used the N-word, but not like calling anybody the N-word. He like quoted somebody saying it, and then the black executive said, you can't say that. He's like, well, why can I say the N-word and not what's his face? And Draymond Green can go up and down the court and say it all he wants to. And the coach just angrily says, you can't say that. And so he kind of corrects himself. There's some stuff with him dressing up in like gold chain, one of the players' chains, and hat and glasses. And I was listening to somebody talk about this with a little bit more nuance, and how this just seems like a rich billionaire who just wants to be cool around the players, but don't know how to do it properly, and just don't have the capacity to like, hey man, you got to understand like where people are coming from, and like because it's not just the racist stuff, it's the sexual, the sexist stuff, and it's a lot. But here's why I disagree with that take on Gruden opening up all this stuff. NFL does an investigation. That article gets leaked about Gruden only. It doesn't show the replies from the other gentlemen or anything. It just focuses on Gruden, right? And Dave, not Al Davis. What's his name? Is it Mark Davis, the owner of the Raiders, who really likes Gruden? Davis, son. Yeah, he decides that this is, they asked him about it. He's like, I don't know. Ask the NFL. He feels like the NFL is attacking him, right? So anyway, this gets released. And then so when people asked to see the entire investigation, what they found, because they went through like a few 100,000 emails, and this is the only thing that got leaked, right? Commissioner Goodell comes out and says, we're not talking about it because I want to protect the victims involved, right? So then the lawyer comes out and says, I represent over 40 of them, and they want it to come out. You're not protecting us. We want it out. We want to read every single email. We want to have our day in court. And then Goodell says nothing. That's it. That's the end. Now, the underlying thing under all of this is Jeff Bezos has, I don't know when he bought it, but he bought the Washington Journal, right? Which is kind of problematic, right? But it is reported that Jeff Bezos wants in the NFL game. He wants to own one of those teams. So what do? You get rid of some ownership, right? Now I'm kind of sounding like Conspiracy Dean, but the idea is you do this investigation where you go through 600,000+ emails, and you only get the ones attached to John Gruden and the Raiders, right? Before he was even a Raider, right? He's having these conversations. He's sending around topless pictures of the cheerleaders, all kinds of stuff, right?
How you get them?
I mean, I don't know. See, these are some details that are in that report that Goodell is refusing to release.
How the hell did you get them?
I want people
something going on.
Look at this dude. I want people to understand something. Like, the Commissioner Goodell works for the owners. He's the meat shield. He's the guy that goes out and gets all the hate while they just sit back and do nothing. All right, so understand that hierarchy. He doesn't work for the players. He works for the owners. So the idea that he comes out and is like, yep, we did investigation, nothing to see here. We would release more, but honestly, we want to protect all the victims. And the victims are like, no, release that crap because I'm trying to get some retribution, some payment, as well as some justice around here. And they're just not going to do it. I mean, it's incredible. It's really incredible. That's how you cover it up. But I think that's why we have seen the end of it, because I feel like they want Bezos to be an owner. And what we do is we get rid of the Raiders ownership, who's always been a problem, going all the way back to Madden and Al Davis, right? They've always been a problem, right? But if you get rid of them and bring on Bezos, it's a whole nother thing.
It's funny you said that about Bezos wanting to own the team. I want you to go look at I have to send it to you, Jason Woodlock, and he had Rashard McCants on the show, and they was talking about this and about ownership of why somebody would do this to the son, because it's a particular person in the NBA with his agency that wants to own an NFL team. I'm going to send that to you, and we'll talk about this next week, because that's why I don't think it's done. It's not done. It's a lot more behind it, and this is going to open up. This is going to open up a floodgate to ownerships of these teams.
Right. And okay, maybe not done with them, but I'm saying as far as this is all the NFL wants to give up. They don't want any part of anything else being released, because then you got to look at, Snyder's emails and those executives and possible correspondence with a Jerry Jones of the Cowboys, or any other ownership all over the place, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the Green Bay Packers would be the safest ones because they're publicly traded entity, right? They don't have one person who's the owner, the quote unquote owner, like a Jerry Jones or a Snyder of the Washington football team. But yeah, I think the only way you get more information is that, and I'm gonna drop a link for the Jeff Bezos. But they say they don't know. It could be the Broncos, it could be somebody else, but maybe
you drop links, coming. Man. Can you drop some
on the team?
Can you drop some sausage links on the skillet for us, man?
Sausage links, internet links. You love to research Dean, right? That ridiculous link. Look
Can
at
you
that
drop
thing.
some sausage links, man? I'm kind of hungry.
Man, I wish. But continuing in tropics, my trending topic has to do with I don't know why I keep going gloomy, man. Must be my bipolarism, But this tragic. I'm gonna for now call it an accident because people are saying all kinds of stuff. But Astro World, this is Travis Scott's event he does, I believe, in Houston. It's a music festival, 2-day music festival.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess there are people injured, including a child as young as 10, right? I think it left 8 people dead, which is nuts. You talking about a music festival, right? So they, how it reads is a crowd surge at Travis Scott concert leaves at least 8 dead. Now I don't know if this was the opening of the gates to the festival, because he has rides there. He has a bunch of gift bags he gives away on top of, a concert going on, like some big heavy hitting names.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, you think about his demographic is 14 to 27 of age, age wise. Like, what are your thoughts on that, man? Did you see anything about it?
I've seen a little bit of something on it, man. That's kind of I seen some of the imaging of people being carted out on stretchers and things like that, man. It's that's crazy, man, because it's a concert. But sometimes different artists bring a different type of crowd. It's just like when you go to same thing that would happen at a Woodstock. People was getting hurt. People were getting hurt and killed at Woodstock, and they really didn't talk about it much. But I mean, it's about the same thing. Hearts goes out to those people's families. But like, I'm not saying Travis is Scott is a bad artist. It's just this guy is so mega. He brings out that type of crowd. People were Michael Jackson back in the day. His concerts, you seen video of people passing out. You might get trampled over. Anything. It was Mike. So when you bring all that excitement into a venue and all those people surrounded, accidents can happen. And right. I think that's what I don't think nobody purposely was killed or nothing. It's just the tip of the straw, man.
So those of you watching along, there's the link to that. If you're just listening on Spotify, Apple iTunes, Google Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts, make sure to check out one of the videos, man.
You sounded like a real commercial right there.
I'll try. Yeah, just check the video out, click the links, or just look it up yourself. I mean, you heard my daughter and I having this like crazy debate beforehand.
I did.
And I think what she said was absolutely on point. No one should have to go to a music festival or concert and worry about not making it back alive or uninjured. In 2017, he had another situation happen. But what I'm trying to explain to her is like, I can't even explain that kind of energy, man. I'm sure you've been to some concerts, but when you go to a concert and it's a rapper or singer, country music, whatever it is, right? When you get thousands of people looking the same way, moving the same way, feeling the same feelings, singing along with all their might with their favorite artists, that's a crazy type of vibe, man. That's crazy energy. When you get thousands of people on the same wavelength, right? And what I was telling her in 2017, there was a guy who got paralyzed at this thing, and he's been quoted as, "It was the best time of my life." Like, what do you do with that? What do you do with that? How do you put that blame on Travis Scott? Hey, man, you're being too electric, too entertaining. You got to stop. People are getting hurt. It's like, what? What?
Yeah.
So what I told her, and just like I'm gonna tell everyone, that's you, me, myself, the audience, right? Is to make sure you're doing the research on kind of what happened, right?
Mhm.
Did he have too many people there? You know, that's criminal, if so, right? Was he notified that there was a rush and people were happening and you need to stop the performance or whatever that was happening that caused his surge, right? He could be liable for that. Otherwise, it's kind of up to the venue, I believe, to create a secure spot so people can
Mhm.
enjoy themselves without worrying about being paralyzed or a 10-year-old who was injured or 8 people who died.
Yeah.
8 people died, man.
Yeah.
And the only thing I was saying to her is like, I don't know how much of this you can put on Travis Scott. Like, I don't think that's his goal. He loves for people to get wild, crazy, and have a good
Yeah.
time.
He don't want
But,
nobody to get hurt though.
yeah. But this either or thing, man, we can't just be one thing. Well, it's not one root cause, but that's what we're trying to do here with the show. All right, moving on from that, man. Do we have anything that's let's try this, man. Let's try this. Hold on. Challenge of the week. Oh yes, and the T is silent.
The T is very silent, my friend.
Cows, aka Challenge of the Week. You guys love your acronyms. There you go. COTW. Cow. Challenge of the Week. T is silent. What we got this week, Mr. Dean?
Oh man, you know my challenge of the week. I always go to the physical. The physical. It's that time of year. It's the holidays. We just got over Halloween, so I know you put a lot of that candy in your body. Now you get ready for Thanksgiving. That Thanksgiving dinner. Then you get ready for Christmas. Those Christmas pies and cakes. So we got to keep active. We don't want to get out of shape. We want to stay in some semi-shape. So my challenge to everybody this week is I want you to try 50 body squats a day. And that's not 50 at once. You can break it down in 10s. You can do it in 5s. Just by the end of the night before you go to bed, you got 50. That's for the whole week. That actually helps with your legs, but it actually helps with the burn too. See how everybody feel when you come back to the show next Saturday. Don't cheat yourself, Mr. Gales. 50 body squats
Listen,
a day.
Before you even finish saying 50, right around the body part, when you said 50 body squats, you got to the body part, my ankles and knees start creaking. Like, I'm just sitting down.
They got sleeve. Look, they got sleeves and ankle bracelets for that. You can go get them. They cheap at Walmart. Ankle
braces. Well, knee
sleeves and ankle sleeves.
You know what?
So
I'll tell you what.
So you ain't gonna do all strapping.
Because you do your physical challenges, I want you to have an alternative. You know how they do that on the machines? Like, do it this way if you're a beast. But if you like Jeremy Gales Sr., you know, here's an alternative you can do, right? The quote unquote, what do you call them? Girl push-ups, which is, I don't know, is that canceled now? Are we allowed to say that? Modified push-ups.
Modified push-up, there you go.
Where you're on your knees and you use your upper body weight. If you can't be like Mr. Dean, who's an absolute beast, you know, and push him out the good old-fashioned beastly way. Yeah, man. So look, if I struggle with that, what can I do? Can I do like wall sits for so long? Like, what can I do? Because I'm telling you right now, my knees ain't gonna make it. I struggle going downstairs right now.
Wall sits gonna hurt your knees more than just going up and down 10 times.
Well, give me something, Dean. What's an alternative, that gummit?
Okay, you could do the sit downs.
Hey.
Okay, so 50, not a chair.
Yeah.
Like, well, you can find you a chair, but it's got to be to the point that you're getting a full squat and you sit down slow and you explode up. I know you done seen the videos when I got the squat rack on my back and I'm doing the sit down squats and up. Same thing. Mm-hmm. You can do those since you acting like your knees are so bad.
Are you saying that you don't believe that I got bad knees and ankles?
No.
You don't know my life. You don't know my
I got them too. I had surgery on my knee.
Yeah, but you know, I'm also 340 these days, a swift 340. I can still move on knee too.
Okay,
I'm working on it. Yeah. Wait, how much you weigh?
Well, I'm not 230 now. I'm down to 220 now. I was 230 though.
God, dog, man. So you mean to tell me that, God, dog, I'm over 100 pounds heavier than you, man?
That don't mean shit.
No, I'm not saying like, look, God, dog. First of all, pay the man. Secondly, why you gotta be so confrontational, man? That don't mean nothing. I can still whoop you. Like, hold on, man.
No, it wasn't talking about whoop. That means we lined up on the football field and you had offensive tackle. They send me on the blitz. You're not gonna get your damn hands on me.
First of all, yes, I am because I know where you're going. See, that's a trick. Hold on, Dean. Let me talk to the audience over here. Children, technique is everything. Don't let anybody, including your great Uncle Dean over here, tell you otherwise. All right, technique is everything. I know how to kick slide to a spot that I know he's going, and I'm gonna be waiting on him. That's just it. There ain't really nothing to it, man.
You know what? I have to.
Hang on, Dean. You with me? I feel like your internet is tired of hearing both of us talk. But I'm a filibuster for Mr. Dean as he gets his internet together. I'm not sure. But yeah. So challenge of the week, Mr. Dean handles the body stuff because he's got that body. Welcome back, Mr. Dean. And I'm handling more of the mental stuff because, I mean, that's honestly all I got right now. You know what I mean? But shout out, I want to do a little shout out to my book club partner over at Frappin' Books. Go check it out. We just reviewed, or I kind of went solo on this one, but he definitely chimed in. Thank you. We just did the Earthsea series, but this next book we're gonna be doing is the Untethered Soul. Definitely check that out. But where I'm at now, he's kind of talking about understanding when you hear that voice in your head telling you to quit or whatever, that understand that that's not you. The you inside is the person who can hear all of those things. Mm-hmm. The you inside is the person that sees, feels, smells, all those senses, right? That's who you really are. So the ideal is when you hear those things, try to understand where that's coming from. And one of the techniques I've been trying to do myself is what the book describes, is that you kind of visualize your inner self as another person, right? Mm-hmm. So if another person was telling you, man, just stay in bed, don't even worry about getting up on time. Don't worry about, getting yourself together. Don't worry about XYZ, whatever it is, right? Don't worry about working out. Don't worry about reading your assignments, doing your homework, kids, right? Treat that like another person. If a person approached you with that sort of advice, you're not going to take it. Mm-hmm. So you shouldn't take it from that inner voice either. And so that's my challenge of the week. Personify that inner voice that's trying to, that's just weighing you down, and treat them like you would a stranger coming on the street telling you to quit. Don't try. Just give up. Right? So that's my challenge of the week. Hey, what was your topic again? Oh, I forgot already. They're going to try to take notes over here.
The Phoenix Suns.
That's right.
Good gracious, man. You're getting old.
Let me ask you this. I know this is bad on my part, but do you think you can do a top 5? You got a top 5?
A top 5?
All right. So next week. No. It's fine. We run a long time anyway.
Go cut me out. I was gonna have one.
You got a top 5? Okay. Let's see if we can run through this. Hold on.
You said till next week. Shit, I'll do next week.
Hold on. Let me look up something. You got a top 5?
Yeah, I can do a top 5.
Okay. What's the top 5 on?
Yeah. Top 5 beers. My top 5 beers. Because if people know, I do work out, but I love my freaking beer.
Okay, Dean. So
top 5 beers.
We're gonna give it a moment here. We're gonna create some drama. All right. Dean's Dome. All right, Dean's Dome. Number 5, Dean's Dome favorite beer. Remember, milk it, man. Make it wait for it. You don't
Number 5 is, it was one of them ones when you was young and you didn't have the money, but you knew you could get this because it was
drag it out, Dean. That's
cheap beer. Not the greatest, but when it's cold, it's good. But the next day you might have a pounding headache. Number 5 will be Natty Lights. And I did not say that with excitement because Natty Lights is not the beer. It is not the go-to beer. Let me tell you that right now. Natty Lights is not the go-to beer. You will have an extreme headache the next day, but Natty Light is the number 5. Right?
That just sounds like nausea when you said that just now, man.
Yeah.
But look, let's go ahead and on to this one.
You said the same thing to me, Bella.
Number 4.
Number 4 is actually pretty good because it's got a kick to it. It's got a little twist to it. Real good. Oh man, and it's got like you got the taste of the beer, but you also get the taste of a fruit in it, and that will be
Look at
Bud
that dog.
Light
He's like, I want
Limes.
some.
Me and my cousin Tame used to kill
Wait, what is
Bud
it?
Light Lime. Bud Light Limes. Bud Light Limes, man. I tell you, we used to kill Bud Light Limes back in the day, boy. Used to kill them. Love them. Coming, you get the little green, and then it's got the little lime taste with the beer taste. Can't beat it. So that's number 4. Number 3.
So, hold on. Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah. Hang on. Let the people wait. Number 3. Go ahead.
Number 3, man, this is hard. This is hard for me for number 3. But number 3 is a beer that you see at a lot of cookouts. You're always gonna see it. I don't care where you at, black, white, Latino, anything. Maybe not Latino. Anyway, black or white. You're gonna see this. Yeah, you see the Latino, but you're gonna see this beer anywhere at a gathering, cookout, anything. It's gonna be in their chest, and that's just the regular Bud Light. Bud Light. I'm telling you, Bud Light is good. Bud Light is good, but for me, if I drink too many Bud Lights, I have a headache. And I think it's just because Buds are a lager. So I think it's the lager in the beer to give me the headaches. But
they ain't dropping knowledge, man.
Yeah, man. But
Bud Light, like Boston Lager or anything like that?
Yeah, if I drink a Boston Lager, I'm gonna have a headache. It's just a lager because it's a thick beer. It's thick, so that's what
I like the thick beer, especially with some meat, man.
Yeah.
All right, well, so that's number 2, right?
That was number 3.
Oh shoot, you're right. My bad. Number 2.
Number 2.
Number 2. Dean's favorite beer is
number 2. Man, look, this is a little expensive beer, but my cousin Bolo got me on these damn things.
Shout out to Bolo. Willie's Wings doing great things down there in Columbia, Tennessee. But these beers kind of expensive, and I never did think I would like them, but they got me on them. A little expensive. But if you drink them with wings or a burger, steak, or anything, good gracious. But it don't take them about 2 or 3 of them. You feeling pretty good, and that is a daggum Modelo. Yeah. Modelo.
Yeah, man. When they ice cold, like you got like some good meat or something to go with them. I'm telling you what, buddy, that my friend is a good beer.
That sounds good, man. God, dog, I can use one right now.
Modelo. Yeah, you probably could, but I don't know. Your braid's too tight right now, so I don't think you do.
These are lots. Look, my hair's getting done in a week or so.
It need to be done tonight, but anyway.
I know. Well, you got
to line up on the
side before you get to the diamonds. Number 1, Dean's Dome favorite beer. Counting down the top 5 beers we had: Natty Light at 5, Bud Light Limes at 4, 3 the regular Bud Light, but Dean can't drink too many of them, and then Modelo. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Modelo.
You said it right.
Number 1.
Man, my number one beer of all time. And if you've been a fan of this show, you've seen me drinking on the show. If you've been around me out anywhere, you see me get these. You've seen me turn other beer down for these. If somebody offered to buy me a beer, this is what I'm gonna take you to go get. My favorite beer, it comes in that silver can. Or they come in that bottle with that silver label, and that is Coors Light. Love it. Love it. Matter of fact, after this show, I'm going to get me a daggone Coors Light. Yeah.
Oh, you're a fool for that one, man.
I'm going to get me a Coors Light. Sure
yes, sir. Well, that was Dean's top fire, man. Hey, Coors Light, do me a favor, man. Frappin sponsor us. This man just puts you in the top number
Trust
one
me,
of
you
all of them.
sponsor us. I have my whole background Coors Light, and I drink about 15 on while we're on the show. I guarantee you that shit.
As he takes a big swig of water.
Yeah, I'm back on
Hey,
this water.
go,
Kid. I got I had to get back. I had to get all the way back in shape this week. With my daughter been in the hospital for 2 weeks, I didn't get to hit the gym like I want to, so I came back strong this week hitting it. So gotta get on the water. Gotta get that Halloween candy out of my system. But yeah.
See, I was
Sound
looking
good.
for my yay. But man, I'm making Paco our sensei, right? Our
Yeah.
tutor in this podcasting game, our mentor. Shout out to Captain Crunch and them Who That podcasters over there on the mothership.
On the mothership.
man.
Hey, shout out to Paco, man. Paco called me the other day, man. He was trying to run his daughter on some game about a lot of people we went to school with that was popular back in the day. And then if you look at them today, they're not so popular.
What's my favorite candy?
He called me to give her some insight on that. And she would laugh. She's like, "No, I believe y'all." She said, "That's just crazy." I said, "It's not all the time about what you wear or what you look like. It's about how you become later on down the road."
Mm-hmm.
And I think we gave her a lot of knowledge. But for Paco to call me and to help school his daughter, man, I took that as that's a big ups, man, because he could have thought anybody else called. So that was pretty cool. So shout out to my guy Paco.
Man, shout out to that dude. That dude's been such a help.
Yes,
I almost say on and off the field, but podcasts and with other stuff, like he's really good, man.
Good
shout out
dude,
to that
man.
dude, him, Black Panther, that whole crew over there.
Yeah,
so
man.
hey, man, I'm gonna let you have the last word as usual before we get on up out of here. But
Yes,
of course, I can't let you go without. I'm gonna just do dad joke of the day. You ready, Dean?
Yeah, I'm ready. You can't mess with my clothes this week. I got on Adidas.
You know. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Anyway,
the last time you messed with my what was that damn Star Wars character I had on?
Oh, you had your boy. I wasn't messing with you. I'm a huge Star Wars fan.
I know, but you said it was cute.
Baby
I
Yoda.
like yeah, you can't
Baby
say
Yoda is absolutely cute.
Baby
Yoda's picture on the shirt is cute. I'm grown. I'm married. I've won. I've got nothing else to prove to anybody. I can say what the crap I want to. That Baby Yoda character is cute. His picture on the shirt was cute, and I can say cute as much as I want to. That gun Baby Yoda. Shout out Disney Plus. Please sponsor us. Shout out Mandalorian and the whole Star Wars thing. They got another movie coming out.
I know. I'm not gonna lie.
Somehow. I'd like to see how they switch this, but yeah. So okay, Dean, if a reindeer lost its tail, where would it go to get a new one?
Shit. The South Pole. He coming from the north.
That's close. Here we go. A retail shop.
This dude hits me with that and want me to go into the last word of the day, but I can do it. But anyway, man, y'all know what it is, man. I do the last word of the day, man. It's been a rough, crazy 2 weeks for me. Dealing with everything for my daughter, man, almost losing her. So, and I'm pretty sure other people have went through this same thing. So keep my word and my advice to everybody now, always keep your faith, always pray, because prayer works. Without faith and without prayer and without just being positive, I do not know if she would have made it through this. I do not know if you had somebody out there going through something would have made it through it. So those things that I said, always keep doing, because we need those 3 things in our life. You know, you could be going through anything, some major, some minor. Prayer, faith, it will keep you going. It might not happen right when you want it, but your prayers will be answered. Your faith will be answered. So that's what I want y'all to keep doing. And keep tuning into this show. Until next week, peace and love. We out.